Good morning and welcome to Living Local 15. Thank you so much for joining me. First up, HomeSaver Roofing and Roof Rejuvenation joins me in studio to share how you can do maintenance on your roof so you don't have to get it replaced. Then Lakewood Family Dental is here to let us know about their newest remodeling and branding, and we also meet their newest dentist. And a little bit later, we are focused on Pet Poison Awareness Month by having Dog Training Elite share tips and tricks to keep our pets safe. That and more happening now.
Fashion, food, and fun. You're watching Living Local 15 with your host, Jessica Williams.
This segment sponsored by HomeSaver Roofing and Roof Rejuvenation. HomeSaver Roofing and Roof Rejuvenation believes your roof deserves more than a quick fix. It deserves proper care, attention, and craftsmanship. So joining me today to introduce their services is Alec Dempke, the owner and founder. Good morning, Alec.
Good morning.
Welcome.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Yes. Okay. So roofing is something that's so important, and I know that people really try to understand what level they're at. Like, do they need a full roof repair? Do they need a full roof replacement? But you have something called a roof rejuvenation.
Yeah.
So what is that service?
Yeah, so roof rejuvenation isn't a new technology, really. It's kind of the industry standard on commercial and industrial buildings. They don't tear off the membrane of the roof. What they do is they recoat and they reseal it every so often.
Okay.
And that technology has been used for hundreds of years. So now it's been re-engineered that homeowners can extend the life of their existing shingles up to 15 years per application, and it's up to 80% cheaper than replacement. So how it works is we come in and we'll do a full roof inspection, right? We got to make sure your roof qualifies for rejuvenation, so we do the inspection. If it qualifies for rejuvenation, then we'll do a soft wash, and so that's basically like a detox for your roof. So if you have any of the black algae streaks or a lot of dirt buildup, we'll get all that off, make it look nice and fresh. And then we come in with our rejuvenation product, and that's going to absorb into the shingle at a molecular scale, and it's going to rehydrate and reseal the shingle from the inside out. So if you have any cracks in the shingle, it'll reseal those. It's going to lock in the protective granules. They're not coming off. And then the final part of the process is it'll form a hydrophobic protective layer over the top of the shingle, which is UV reflective. So if you have a cooler roof surface, it means longer roof life. And then it also is going to increase impact resistance for things like harsh weather, hail, heavy winds. So really cool option for homeowners.
It is, especially the stat that you gave that it saves 80% of the cost. I mean, who wouldn't want to save that? And so at what stage of someone's roof would they need rejuvenation? Like, does it have to do with how long they've had the home or the wear and tear of the roof?
Yeah, so I guess it really just depends on what your goal is. So it's never a bad idea to start thinking about, how to protect what protects your house. I mean, the roof is one of the most important fundamentals to your home. It protects everything inside. So usually if your roof is over 10 years old, it's important to, at least get it checked out, get it inspected frequently, do some routine maintenance. But we can apply it on a shingle of any age, as long as it doesn't have any structural damage to the decking or like the truss where you've had like long-term leaks that went unnoticed. So I think there's a big misconception on like how long a shingle roof really lasts. So they call it a 25 or a 30 or even a 50-year shingle, and that might be true in a perfect climate-controlled environment. But obviously we live in Indiana, so it's really hard on shingles. So the average shingle roof life for your standard shingle is only 15 to 18 years here. And for your more entry-level shingles, it can be even less than that.
Okay.
So,
interesting. Okay, so if someone has, you say, a deeper damage, because sometimes I think about, well, what if only a partial area of the roof is damaged, but it is leaking, or there is some type of like hail damage or whatever. makes a roof come apart.
Yeah.
That would be more of a roof replacement, but that's something that you offer also.
Yeah. So for those homeowners who, they have the structural damage, we can do the repair, minor repairs, and still do a rejuvenation if it doesn't have damage to like the decking underneath or the truss. But if somebody needs a full roof replacement, we offer that. And our mission statement is to help local homeowners save more of their hard-earned dollars and without cutting corners on the material or workmanship that they're getting. Yeah.
Okay, so you've had your business now in Fort Wayne for a few years. So give me a little background about why you wanted to start this company.
Okay, that's a great question. I've been a roofing contractor for years, and I've been in a lot of situations where people, they really needed attention to their roof, but there was just no way. There's no option for them. They couldn't afford it. And it was getting to the point where every time that I went to order material to replace a roof, it was just more expensive. The average roof replacement costs around $20,000.
Wow.
And so I wanted to offer something for local homeowners that gives them an option more than just replacing the roof, because you restore and you protect your fence, your concrete, to avoid the cost of putting those, replacing those. So, why not do the same thing for your roof? And so that's what inspired me, is really just helping people save money, because it keeps getting more expensive.
Yeah, you're right. Yeah. Everything is so expensive. Yeah. And Alec, you really do want to help people save money, because you have a special for our viewers that lasts for 24 hours. So listen up, this lasts for 24 hours. TikTok, what is the special offer?
Yeah, so we have decided to offer 50% off installation.
Wow.
Which is, it depends on the size of roof. So obviously the material and everything like that, that I can't change the price on that, but the labor cost, we're doing 50% off install, and so that can be anywhere from $200 to $1,000 off, depending on your roof.
Yeah.
And you're protecting your roof up to 15 years per application, and we back it with a 10-year warranty. So it's definitely, don't wait. If your roof is over 10 years old, give us a call.
I love that. Okay, for living local viewers for 24 hours, that is the deal. And you offer a consult to kind of get things rolling and started, so they can understand what exactly they need with their roof?
Yeah, absolutely. So usually it's recommended to get your roof inspected twice a year, before and after winter. So right now we are doing completely free 21-point roof inspections. We'll come in, we'll take a look at everything on your roof, we'll crawl around in your attic so you don't have to, and we'll come up with a roof condition report, go over any pictures and videos of anything that might be going on, so that way you know where you stand and when it might need attention.
All right, perfect. Thank you so much, Alec.
Thank you.
It was such a pleasure to meet you.
Yeah, you as well. Thanks.
And if you would like more information about HomeSaver Roofing and Roof Rejuvenation, well, we'll have their website listed below. And remember, for 24 hours, you can get the special deal, which is 50% off the installation of roof rejuvenation. So take advantage of that, and I look forward to seeing you after the break. This segment sponsored by HomeSaver Roofing and Roof Rejuvenation.
Have an idea for the show? Want to find out how you can be a guest? Contact us at livinglocal15@wayne.com.
This segment sponsored by Lakewood Family Dental. Lakewood Family Dental believes a healthy smile is the foundation of overall well-being. And they actually have 6 locations for your convenience. And joining me today to share more about their practice is Dr. Andrea Numbers, who is their clinical director, and also Tabitha Ron, who is the regional manager of operations with Independence Dental Services. Good morning, ladies. Welcome.
Good
How
morning.
are you?
Great.
Good. Okay, so I think that you all have a lot of fun stuff to share today that's really important and in ways innovative. So let's start off with Tabitha. Talk to me about how you and your company really took a new position with Lakewood Family Dental and elevated it.
Yeah, absolutely. So Independence, we come in and we partner with private practices. We will help them in any aspect that they need. It could be anywhere from marketing to staffing, training, basically making sure the patient and the experience for them and the employee is where it needs to be. Lakewood is actually my baby right now. It's the Fort Wayne location. And we have done a lot in there. We've remodeled. We've restaffed, we've brought in a new doctor, and just a lot of great things and procedures that we offer now in that practice that makes us stand out. We even added a coffee bar for the team and the patients.
Yes, I love that. So it's all about the foundation and creating the right vibe so that patients come in and really enjoy the services. And so, Dr. Numbers, let's talk about the services. Talk to me just about the basic things that you offer and that people really gravitate towards with your practice.
Absolutely. So patients who often come to our practice are seeking comprehensive care, and that's what we offer, anywhere from preventive dental services to restorative care out through cosmetic procedures. But then I also bring a unique specialty to the practice that allows me to treat kind of chronic pain conditions for patients that maybe previously didn't have care for those.
Really? And so what is the chronic pain? What is that called?
Yeah, so my specialty is termed orofacial pain, and that essentially means pain conditions that affect the mouth, jaw, face, and head. Put simply, a lot of people think when they hear orofacial pain, that's like a tooth-related pain.
Yes.
But it actually more oftentimes involves areas of the face that go beyond the teeth, such as muscles that are used for chewing, the joint itself, nerve-related conditions, as well as chronic headaches.
So I'm thinking what comes to mind is that when people grind their teeth and clench at night, is that a part of that? The pain and the strain that they feel from conditions like that?
Yeah, that's a common symptom that I hear from patients, and they're curious about what that means, how that can affect them overall. That is like a classic kind of temporomandibular disorder case that I might see. And kind of foundationally what we think about, but it certainly goes beyond that. You know, we're dealing with conditions that might be debilitating, shooting sharp nerve pains that affect people on a daily basis, and headaches. So these span not just those, which you're right, that affects a lot of individuals, but it certainly goes beyond that. And we're thinking of conditions that are pretty expansive.
And so you treat that in-house and you provide relief from it? Like, how does the treatment go? Is there a cure?
Yeah, so, you know, in some cases we have patients who are managing acute pain, right? So those conditions we may find treatments for and they will get better quickly. In other instances, we're managing more chronic pains and maybe even pains that people are managing for a lifetime, right? So we look to decrease the level of pain so that they can improve their daily lives.
Oh, wow.
Oftentimes these conditions are very isolating for patients, right? They feel alone. They're often invisible conditions. And so that can lead to increased stress, anxiety, depression. So it's really important to see the patient as a whole and to also think about collaboration with other healthcare providers like their physicians and things like this.
Yeah, that's exactly. As you were saying, I was like, this sounds so whole health, you know?
Yes.
Like you're taking care of everything, the mind, body, the spirit, and all of that, because it's so important for us to be mindful about our health and taking that journey. It sounds like that you have a lot of experience with that.
Absolutely. It's my joy to be able to help patients through their pain, and seeing them find relief it's just a rewarding profession.
That is awesome. And so having someone like you on staff is very important. Tabitha, tell me about other ways that this Fort Wayne location is just really unique and that people would want to gravitate towards the services and the team.
Yeah, absolutely. We're open to the whole family. So, you know, no matter if you have children or it's your husband or your wife, you all can come in and be seen by Dr. Numbers. We also offer same-day crowns. And we have nitrous, you know, which can really help with anxiety.
So wait, what is nitrous? Is that like the, I'm a guess, is like the gas mask?
Yeah.
Patients like to call it the happy gas or the laughing gas, right? It's something to take to make the experience more positive for them. I think we try to do that. We have an excellent staff that calms the patients anyway and tries to make that experience positive for them, because I think going to the dentist can be scary for some people. But if needed, we have that additional service that we offer to just put them at ease and make the experience positive.
Yeah, and same-day crowns, that's incredible because, there used to be a time that you have to get the mold in and then wait a week and then come back and get a fitting and then wait a week. But they can walk out after having a procedure with the new crown ready, like permanent crown, not a temporary. Wow.
Yes. Technology's become super advanced in terms of dental care in that way, and we're happy to have that technology in-house so that we can design and mill that crown same day, and it's perfectly custom fitted to that patient.
That is awesome. And so let's talk about the insurance a bit and different resources that you accept.
Yeah, so we take pretty much every private insurance. And then for our patients that don't have insurance, we also offer a new patient special where it's $99 and that will cover their exam and their x-rays. So they can come in and get their comprehensive exam, see exactly what's happening, and then even if they don't have insurance, we have plenty of ways to help with payment plans. So we have those options as well to help them to get 100% back to healthy.
Yeah, that is awesome. Well, congratulations on this new revived Lakewood Dental, and thank you for sharing about your specialty and what you do.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.
All right.
And if you'd like more information about Lakewood Family Dental, we'll have their website listed below, and I'll see you after the break. This segment sponsored by Lakewood Family Dental.
Follow us on social media at Living Local 15.
You probably didn't know this, but March is actually Pet Poison Awareness Month, okay? So this is such an important topic, and today the owner of Dog Training Elite is joining me to share more tips and information about how to keep your pet safe. Hello, Clint.
Hi.
How are you?
I'm doing well, thank you. How are you?
Welcome. Doing well, thank you. And you brought a little friend?
I did. This is my 4-year-old Chesapeake Bay Retriever, Dakota.
Yes, and so well trained.
Yes, ma'am.
As of course your company does that type of training. Okay, so let's talk about this Pet Poison Awareness Month, because I think it's an important topic because people have to be mindful when keeping their dogs safe. So what is the first tip that you have for products in the house?
Right. I think just being proactive, making sure that you're keeping your cleaning, chemicals away. If you're getting them out, make sure you put them up so the dog can't reach them, maybe behind like a locked cabinet or something like that.
Oh, wow. Dogs can enter cabinets?
Right. Yes. Yes.
Wow.
We do. We train dogs to open doors for, disabilities and stuff. Yeah.
I would like to see that. That's so cool. Okay, so they're entering into cabinets, and then of course they can knock it over. So making sure that it's fully sealed, making sure that the bad products are put in the back. Are there some products that are a little bit more toxic to dogs that people may not know about?
Yeah, I would just say, your typical like cleaning household items, laundry detergents, things of that nature.
What about stuff that is just common daily use, like soaps, like bath soaps, body washes, shampoos, and things like that?
Right, yeah, you don't want dogs to ingest that. It could make them, very sick. Then you're paying a hefty vet bill, so we don't want that.
Exactly. Okay, and then of course spring is here, and so outside time is happening, and so as the dog is roaming the yard, what should pet owners be aware of?
Yeah, I think, the spring's coming, so I think a lot of people are starting to spray like pesticides and fertilizers and things of that nature, like in their yard, spraying for weeds. So we want to make sure that we read the label on the chemicals that we are using, because there will be things about pets on the label, safety warnings and things like that. Usually it's just making sure that it's completely dry, before you let your animals out.
Yeah, and that's so tough. It has to be if people take their pets on walks and walk through forest and fields to know what to look out for if it is a poisonous plant.
Right. Yeah, I think if you just, you train your dogs, like we can train a dog to like leave it. And so if they are going to go put something in their mouth that you don't want them to, like maybe you don't know it's poisonous, but you don't want them to eat it, or drink it, then we could give a command to leave it or off or out.
Okay, cool. So this is something that you offer through your dog training.
Yes, we
So you've
do.
been in Fort Wayne with your business for 6 years.
Yep.
And so just tell me a little bit about how that works when people get dog training, like the levels of it, because I'm sure it's like when they first get the pet and then these little interval things like pet poison.
Right. So first and foremost, we are an in-home dog training company. We believe that it's best to train the dog like where they spend most of their time at the person's home. But I think the number one thing is training the owner, right? So we coach the owner how to, manage their dog and train their dog, that way they have the skills for the rest of their life with the dog.
Wow. And then you mentioned before about the disability. I know you work a lot with veterans. You're a veteran. Thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And so talk to me about that aspect. You train service animals.
Yeah, we train service animals, for veterans with PTSD, psychological, health. We also do autism support dogs. We do mobility support. If individuals have like a mobility, maybe they're in a wheelchair, they drop their keys or their phone, we can train the dog to pick up that phone for them.
Wow. And so is there any other area maybe at home or out and about that pet owners should just be aware of as they are being mindful of this awareness month?
Yeah, I think just, having that obedience with your dog and making sure they're not getting into things, eating certain plants, drinking out of like streams or ponds could be dangerous and poisonous as well. Yeah. And just overall obedience, making sure your dog's listening and, not doing those things that it could get hurt.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, well, since you have your friend here, is there anything that you can show us? Any tricks? Any training?
Yeah.
Anything?
Yeah. So here, Dakota, come here. Get. We'll just do some tricks here. Hey, shake. Nope. Sit. Shake. Good girl. Other hand. Good job, good girl. If I had my keys, I could throw them and she'd pick them up, but I don't have them. So
Dakota. So cute. Well, thank you so much, Clint, for coming in and chatting with me today.
Thank you for having me. Thank you.
And if you would like more information about Dog Training Elite, we'll have their website listed below. Remember that this month is about awareness, so just think about the products that you have and keeping your animals safe. And I'll see you after the break.
Living Local 15, proudly driven by the Kelly Automotive Group. Go to the Living Local 15 page on WANE.com for recipes from the show, to watch a segment again, and to get information on products and services featured on Living Local 15. Content segments during today's Living Local 15 were paid for by these sponsors.